Welcome back to Balls. Uh, I'm your host, Malachi. I use they, them pronouns.
I am your equal host, Grace. Use she, her pronouns.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've decided in the theme of my uh, first topic of small talk for today, I'll go for unity
Yeah. You
over
know,
dominance.
what I think is interesting is by saying we're equal, you can make the math. Like, if the podcast is the two of us, right?
Yes.
Then could the podcast not also be one of us twice?
No, because nothing would ever get done. You'd be too busy agreeing with yourself over how cool Jason Statham is, and I'd be too busy agreeing with myself over how cool Brendan Fraser is.
So we're not equal then.
Not to each other, but like, it's kind of like how you can have. I'm trying to think of a good example here. Two different
Uh-huh.
flavors of ice cream. They can
Yeah,
both be
yeah,
just
yeah.
as good in your opinion, but they're good for different reasons.
Okay, this is
They
fair.
hold
I was
equal
using.
value, but it's a different type of value.
Yeah, it's equal value rather than like equal all in all senses.
Yes, more like equivalent value instead of equal value.
I think that's the same. I think that doesn't change any.
But it has a different connotation, which means that I can use it differently.
Yeah?
Because we're not similar value. Similar implies that there is a difference. Otherwise, it'd just be equal.
I feel like my thing though is that I feel like equivalent and equal don't really have a different connotation.
They do to me. They sound different.
I guess that's fair.
They're not the same word. If it was the same word, we would use equivalent.
Because it's longer?
Maybe, I don't know.
I feel like I see what you mean. Um, well, today we were planning on talking a little bit about Amorphous Plus.
Well, sure, but first off, how was your week?
Oh,
Get anything
first
to
off, how was your week? My week has been very laid back. I'm on a real sleep schedule. I've been hanging out. Nothing exciting. How about you?
I am excited
You're excited.
to play We Were Here Forever,
We were here.
which just came out today as we're recording this. So sorry to date the episode, but I had to do it.
Tell me what We Were Here is.
We Were Here is a cooperative asynchronous puzzle game where you're both
You don't mean
playing the same
asynchronous.
game, but you're doing different things. Like you're in
You
separate
mean
areas.
you mean asymmetric.
What did I say?
Asynchronous.
I meant asymmetric. Sorry.
Interesting. Oh, I've seen this one. It's like kind of a spooky game.
Kind of, yeah. The fourth one just came out today, so I'm not going to talk about it.
There's
because I
four
haven't
of
played
them?
it. Yeah,
Damn.
they're great. Except for the first one. The first one's kind of bunk.
I've only seen people play the first one. You don't like the first one?
Nah, it kind of sucks compared to 2 and 3.
It's just not good at all?
Well, it's not bad, but it's like compared to 2 and 3, it's stinky.
I see, I see. It's free.
Yeah, but it's also the first one, so that's why it's stinky. Because they haven't
Nice.
figured out what they're doing yet. It's got some pretty interesting lore to it as well.
I do love a good piece of lore. What lore have I been looking at recently? Not much lore.
Probably
Did I?
Borderlands.
Well, I have been playing Borderlands, but I'm not all that lore minded
It's because
as
you're
of
playing
late, at
Borderlands
least.
2, and Borderlands 2's story supposedly sucks.
What? Everyone thinks Borderlands 2 is the best story in the franchise.
I have heard nothing but the opposite
Really? From who?
from my friend who's very invested.
Your
And
friend
his brother.
has an uncommon opinion. People really, really like the story in Borderlands 2. They think it's got uh one of the best villains in gaming. They think it's got
You
it's
tell me
it's good.
Claptrap's not the best villain in gaming?
Claptrap is not the best villain in gaming.
Sacrilege.
Claptrap is not a villain.
I'm not here to talk about Borderlands, okay?
How
I'm
is
not a
Claptrap a
Borderlands
villain?
player. At the end of the game, you kill him.
At the end of which game?
The first one.
You kill him only in the DLC, right?
No? Maybe? I don't think so.
I think you kill him only in the DLC.
Maybe, I don't know.
You kill him at the end of But you don't kill him at the end of the pre-sequel. You kill every other Claptrap. Anyways, you're right. Oh wait, did I talk about Ratchet and Clank last episode?
I don't know. You can talk
Do you
about it
remember me
again.
talking about Ratchet and Clank?
I don't remember half the shit we talk about.
Okay,
Once
well,
we're done, it's
either
gone.
way, either way, I played Ratchet and Clank recently. This could be the second time you're hearing about it. A little bit of Ratchet and Clank: Tools of Destruction. And that's not a flawless game, but it's pretty darn good. Big fan of that game.
Oh, I started the first Metal Gear Solid game. I started Twin Snakes, which is not technically the first one, but it's a remake of the first one for the GameCube.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass to get downloaded. There was nobody seeding it. I mean, I couldn't find a physical copy Nintendo.
Right, it's Nintendo, so it's gonna be impossible to get
Not
a
really.
version.
You can get
Well,
a
not
lot
impossible.
of GameCube games pretty easily.
Okay, you're probably right. I mean, I
People
have
just
found
don't care
like
as much about Twin
Wind
Snakes,
Waker.
I guess.
That could be true.
So I had to wait
Does
until
this one have a-
Western woke up.
What characters are in Twin Snakes? Does it got
Uh,
Psycho Mantis?
Yes, and
Hell yeah.
Ocelot, Revolver
Thank God.
Ocelot.
I
It's
love that his
got
first
the
name is
Crow.
Revolver. The Crow.
His name is something Russian. I think it's like Vladimir or something. He's Russian.
Revolver. Shalashashka. Ocelot.
No, his first name is like Dmitri or some shit.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for Revolver Ocelot, okay? I think I know a little more.
I played the
About
game. I
Revolver.
heard his name.
Maybe he was a fake name. Full name, Adamska.
Whatever. Fucking. I've also been playing a lot of Foxhole yesterday. I played for 7 hours straight.
Tell me about Foxhole. I thought I understood that Foxhole was just a first-person shooter, and then
It's
you
not
said
a
some things.
first-person shooter. It's a top-down shooter.
What?
Yeah.
You don't shoot from the first?
No, it's top-down. The whole game's top-down.
What game am I thinking of that I thought this
Call of
isn't
Duty?
like what I was thinking at all? No, it was not Call of Duty. Oh, I know what Call of Duty is.
Heroes and Generals, maybe? No, but this game
I'll figure out.
is a fully online MMO that it takes place on one server where all the players playing the game are fighting one massive war. There's two sides, the Colonials, which I play, and I'm just scrolling up.
Wardens?
Wardens, yes. The Wardens are blue and the Colonials are green. Currently the Wardens are kicking our ass a little bit, but the whole idea of the game is that it's entirely player driven.
Okay.
Players build the front lines, they build their defenses, their bunkers, whatever. Players create and supply the weapons and ammo and supplies.
Mhm.
People supply those weapons and ammo and supplies by driving them to the front. And the whole thing is just a massive battle. So right now, last night I was defending a place called, or I was supporting a massive base at Market Row. We're in War 91 at this point, and yesterday was my first day playing pretty much.
Mhm.
But I was supporting a base in Market Row, which is it was a massive like triangular mega base. It was 3 bunker bases all set up in a triangle formation. It's pretty cool.
Wait, so how does the gameplay actually work?
Do you want a rundown of logistics or frontline?
Like, if I'm shooting someone, how does that work?
So you run around, top down. You run around and get to cover, and then
I'm
you
like
shoot
right-clicking
people.
around to move.
No. You're using WASD.
I'm using WAS to move.
Yeah,
And
and
then I,
you
like, click on
rotate the
someone.
camera. You rotate the camera with mid mouse, and then you use right click to aim. And when you aim, you get an extended camera vision because you're aiming. And then you left click to shoot. But at
What does
night,
the
your
gameplay of this?
visibility is reduced, and in storms, your visibility is reduced. It's as a massive game. There's fucking artilleries. There's rocket launches. Apparently, there's tanks. There's all kinds of combat vehicles. There's all kinds of logistics vehicles.
I assume you like the shooting. See, I would need to enjoy the shooting for me to want to play this type of game.
It can be pretty good, but the shooting's only half of the game. The other
Well, 'cause
half
it's all like
statistics.
strategy.
Well, yeah,
I
there's
see,
strategy
like
involved.
getting resources and stuff.
Yeah, getting resources to maintain bases, getting ammo and shirts, which allow you to respawn at a base.
That sounds. I still think that
Setting
like
up
all
the
of the like
weapons.
the tedious stuff. I like a game that forces me to do a little bit of that to like space out the exciting moments. I think that makes the game more exciting and fun.
Have you seen the
overall.
movie Saving Private Ryan? I know you have because we talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's like Saving Private Ryan.
Last night, I was in a bunker. Or not in a bunker. I was supplying the bunker, like I said. And 3 times going into the bunker, coming out of the bunker.
Yeah.
To supply it with weapons, shirts, basic mats, B mats. My truck was disabled 3 times.
Yeah.
In the base, on the bridge into the base, the only access point, blocking off pretty much all access to the base by vehicle until we cleared it.
Yeah.
Because I got hit directly with an artillery shell.
Damn.
So I delivered the shit manually while other people fixed my truck. I pulled the truck forward once they fixed it, finished delivering what I had, peeled out of there, went to get some more shirts that I had at a factory in the next town over, got ambushed by wardens, had to back off, found a tank that was patrolling the area, asked for a protective detail, then got ambushed by more wardens. Then I got away from that after they disabled my tank and I fixed my truck and I fixed it again. Then I went down to a more southern bridge, got the shirts, got back, nearly got disabled again, got away, made friends with somebody who was building a gas station.
Nice.
Then kept supplying more B-mats to the big base while it was still being shelled. I ended up delivering some crates of 120mm artillery rounds.
That sounds exciting. Wait,
And
so
today,
often...
we lost Market Row.
I see.
I've got a real-time map open right now on my screen, so I'm watching what's happening, kind of.
It's an MMO, right?
Yes.
But there's no progression, I'd assume.
There's progression, kind of.
What type of progression?
Like, you're researching new types of weapons that you can use in the war. Every war,
Personally
everything...
or everyone?
No, it's for the communal. It's like, it's a voting system, so...
I see. So it's not really. It's kind of progression, but it's not progression in the way that you'd have in an MMO, where it's like I get.
There is a level
now.
up system, but all that it unlocks for you is the ability to place markers on the map, asking for like supplies and stuff, as well as
it's just like I become an important person in the war.
Not
so now
really.
I can do that.
It's just basically like once you get to level 3, you're allowed to put blips on the map saying we need men here or we need supplies here or
do you reset?
There's an artillery at this position. Please bomb the shit out of it.
Does that reset during the after every war?
Everything resets. I don't know if the level
like
resets, but everything else resets.
I see. And like, what happens if you log off? Can you only log off when your character's dead? But like,
no, you can log off at any time.
And so what happens then?
I think the stuff that you have on your body goes away.
It's like as if your character just disappeared.
Pretty much.
And then you have to respawn somewhere else.
Yes.
Interesting.
The way it works though, there's a maximum player cap within certain areas, so there will be queues. Like say if the Deadlands is all full up, you'd have to queue for it because you can't have too many people in an area. It's just how the server works.
Right.
I had to join Colonials because the wardens were full, but I'm glad I did because I didn't want to, fight with the wardens. Ugh.
Well, I'm reading a little bit about it, and it seems the wardens have won a significant amount of, like, they're on a big winning streak right now.
Yeah, so what of it?
And they've got a lot more people often. Well,
Yeah.
actually, I think that gives more reason to play as a colonial, because I think then you've got, like... I like being the underdog in these types of things.
When you join a team at the beginning of a war, you cannot switch after the first 6 minutes. You're allowed, like within the first 6 minutes, you can switch, but after the 6 minutes pass, you're stuck on that team for the rest of the war.
Yeah, but it's for the rest of the war. It's not permanent.
So like a month max.
Yeah.
By the way, these things go on for like a month.
Interesting. So okay, my first thing was just thinking that it was basically just an FPS, but now and then heard you talk about it and I looked it up a little bit before the episode, and it looked a little bit like um Planet Side. Have you ever seen Planet Side?
Yes, but I don't see the connection because wasn't that also like a match-based thing?
I think you're right that Planet Side is just a match-based thing. It's not like a month long, but it was like it was like long form match versus like
Oh, what, like Conquest and Battlefield?
longer than that. How long is a game?
Huh. That's interesting.
Battles. I think it's more than that.
Um,
Battles go.
I don't know. I'm
They
trying
normally
to.
take days.
Uh, I'm trying to get more people that I'm friends with to look into Foxhole and hopefully buy it because it'd be pretty cool if I could get more people that I know playing. That way,
Yeah,
I've got people to run Logi with or people that I can work on the front lines with.
I might be interested. Oh, I'm wrong. Planet Side 2, this has been the same stuff continuously since 2012. Well, that was
Oh,
7 years ago when someone said that. So I don't know if they've still got servers going.
hmm. What? So it's always one massive battle?
I
Forever?
think they separated into different servers. I don't really know. I didn't do that much Planet Side 2.
That's fair. I tried, but my computer wasn't good enough for it when I did, so I just never got back into it.
Yeah.
I did play it for like 5 minutes on another person's computer, but yeah, it's interesting. I also helped start back up a small hilltop bunker base in Jade Cove, but we lost it. We lost the whole area today.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, we lost Market Row. We lost Jade Cove. The wardens are kicking our ass a little bit, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to catch up because we're a little bit behind in weapons research. So I'm hoping that we're able to pick it back up before we lose too much in the way of resources, and then we can push them back out of Lockmore
Huh.
and hopefully take the Deadlands. If we can take the Deadlands, we can definitely take Lockmore. But I feel
The
like,
specific map stuff means nothing to me.
well, they're just different regions. The whole thing
I
is divided
understand
up
that.
into
It's just like
hexes.
it's like saying like random names.
I understand, but like it's a really fun game, and
Hmm.
I've only played it for 1 day, and I made 2 Steam friends.
Is that all you've been up to then?
Um, I might be going to see Multiverse of Madness tomorrow.
Hmm.
That's I got 2 CDs recently, but I think I talked about that last week.
I feel like you might have.
I know I told you about it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I can't think of much.
We can talk about Amorphous, the
Yeah.
actual thing we planned to talk about.
Yeah, let me pull up some website.
Well, if you are listening to this podcast, then you should know that right now you're listening to two of the top Amorphous Plus runners.
In the glitchless category, I believe I'm like 3rd place or 2nd place.
You are third place. You've
Yeah.
fallen recently in the non-glitchless category, though.
Well, yeah,
'Cause
of course.
yesterday I actually submitted a run.
The only reason I submitted in non-glitchless is because he told me to.
Yeah, well, your run counts for both. It's good to have more
Even
runs on the
glitchless,
list.
I'm almost an entire hour behind the next time.
People are so the actual top runners are so fast. I mean, I got
My glitchless time is only 2 minutes faster than the 100% time.
yeah, people
The
it's so
lowest
crazy.
100% time.
Yeah. 100% does not seem like a fun format. For those of you at home that don't know anything about Amorphous, you play as a character with a large sword. You're exterminating a bunch of these little gloopals.
That's
They
actually
try
what
and
made
get you.
it.
The main speed run we're talking about is second slot, where you get half of all of the achievements. personally, I think the speedrun is really interesting. I don't know how much you've looked into some of the like things people do, but there's a lot of interesting achievements you can get. Like there's picky for changing the music a bunch of times, which I think is just an interesting thing to have to remember every run.
Yeah. I don't know. I personally don't think I'll play it very much because it's just like I'm not attached to it at all. I didn't play it much when it was a Flash game that was
That's fair.
popular.
I've been working for a while in order to get a pretty decent uh, glitchful run. So I've played a lot of the game, and I find just the just the gameplay. It's just nice to hit things with a big sword.
Now you want to talk about Flash game speedruns? I'll beat your ass at some Monkey Go Happy.
Monkey Go Happy.
I'll kick your ass at Monkey Go Happy.
Very likely I've never played Monkey Go Happy in my life.
It's a point and click game where you're just
you would whip my ass at that.
Completing short levels to make the monkeys happy, and then at the end it's a collectathon where you have to just click a bunch on a bunch of small items that are hidden.
Wait, maybe I have played Monkey Go Happy.
You probably watched me play it at least once.
It's possible. I haven't played all that many point and click Flash games. That was never really the games I played.
Yeah, I only really liked the point and click ones. There were some that I liked otherwise, but they weren't that
many.
I didn't even like Run that much.
Wow, that's heresy.
Yeah, I only played it because people were playing it at school, and I was like, I'm bored. What are they playing? Okay, I'll try it.
Right.
Like, that was one thing you'd play at school, then the other was Balloons 4. Balloons Tower Defense 4.
Not even 5?
No, because 5 wasn't out yet.
I don't remember what 4 looked like.
It was like 5, but less.
I remember people playing 5. 4 is older than I remember people playing.
Yeah, it came out in 2009. When did 5 come out? Oh, 2011. Maybe it was TD5 then. No, because I think we did. No, because we didn't start playing until middle school, and middle school was after TD5 came out.
Yeah. I think it mostly wasn't in middle school.
Then there was the great cool math ban of whenever the hell that happened, and the world was never the same.
It was banned?
It got banned in my county, yeah. Cool math
That's
games.
Unfortunate.
So unless you knew how to get around it, you just couldn't play them on the PCs, on the web, internet. That's when I started doing a lot of shitty mobile games.
Yeah.
Because, but like I did a lot of Type Racer in my sophomore year of high school because I had basically a free period at the end of the day. Because like
Type Racer's fun.
I was sat at a computer because I was supposed to be doing online work for a college class I was in, but like usually the last 3 days of the week I'd already have it done, so I'd just be sitting there type racing, learning how to type faster on a shitty school keyboard, which is like the cheapest Lenovo thing that you can get, because schools have a thing with Lenovo.
I see.
What was your favorite Flash game to play in the school computer lab when you had free time?
That's a good question. I don't know if I really had a specific favorite. I really liked a couple games. I played a bunch of Mutiny.
I never heard of that one. Tell me about it.
You've never heard about Mutiny? It's the Nitrum game.
Never heard about it. I didn't play very much in the way of Nitrum. The only one I did was the one where you were blowing up buildings.
Right. Mutiny was you're pirates and there's like a story mode and you're like fighting a bunch of other things like little squid dudes and stuff, and you like throw dynamite or maybe like an explosive banana.
Oh, there's a blast from the past. Do you remember Territory War Online?
Territory War Online. No.
Yeah, it was a stick figure, like it was like Worms, but stick figures and free.
Um, I do not know that.
You would play as a fucking team of stick figures against other people online, and you would whoop each other's asses with guns and grenades and shit.
But it was
Like Worms.
like Worms. This was also kind of like
Huh. And then from there's Raft Wars. Raft Wars was offline, but it was
Worms.
still
Raft Wars
just
is a
good.
classic.
I might actually play Raft Wars today. Before I get into Foxhole. You're welcome to watch me play Foxhole after this, by the way, if you want.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Maybe you will. But what are some other good Flash games?
Well, you mentioned Run. Run's a classic.
Yeah, I don't care much for Run. I just don't like those kind of games.
One
Temp Run never
congregate
was
game
one.
that I liked was Endeavor, but that's not one that I played many times.
What did I play on Congregate? I played a lot of Mutilated Doll on Congregate.
I don't know that game.
Have you heard of a Steam game called People Playground?
People Playground. No.
Yeah. Well, Mutilated Doll 2 is like a predecessor to that. Basically, you get a spawn menu full of things. You get dudes, you get weapons, you get all kinds of stuff you can build crazy contraptions with. It's got minor logic in it, so you can do stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
It's just an interesting game to play around with. Most of
Yeah.
what it ended up being was me doing surgery on them, taking off limbs and adding them on to other people, extending their torsos with the torsos of other people.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, kind of fucked up. Kind of a
th-
Dr. Moreau myself.
You must have played Quap.
Quap, I didn't care for it.
Well, you played some of it.
Yeah, I mean, who didn't?
Have you played the predecessor to Quap? I'm pretty sure it's the
Clop?
predecessor. Right?
You mean the Clop with the horse?
No.
Talking about
There's
the
like a climbing one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played that once.
I like that one. I like it more than Quap even.
Have you ever played the Dark Cut games?
Dark Cut? No.
Yeah, you're a surgeon. You're doing surgeon things during war. First one's the hardest because if you mess up, you have to do every level again, but it's only got like 3 or 4 levels. The first one, you're treating an arrow to the knee. The second one, you're curing plague. And
I
the
see.
third one, you're killing you're burying a vampire. So you're, putting the stake up, making cuts in the body, putting garlic in, then driving a stake through it, and then cutting off the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you fail one level, you have to start from the beginning. The second one takes place during the Civil War,
These games are insane.
and it's much harder, but it's level based, so you can restart just the one level. At
Got
one
it.
point, I think you have to amputate your own arm.
Damn.
And the third one is the best one of them because it's the easiest one. The first one has relatively cartoony graphics compared to the second and third. They're much more realistic looking.
Right.
So it's a little fucky. Don't play them if you're disturbed by such things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like them. They're pretty cool.
How much Club Penguin did you play?
I played Club Penguin Rewritten when Wayne Radio TV did the stream.
And that's it?
Yeah. If you go through the stream, though, he says hi to me once.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I'm on his friends list. He's on my friends list.
Damn.
Yeah.
But you know OG Club Penguin?
I played it for like 5 minutes.
I was playing so much OG Club Penguin.
I was an Animal Jam kid.
Animal
played
Jam?
Animal Jam.
I played like 5 minutes of Animal Jam.
Yeah, that game sucks.
Yeah?
I don't understand those social games.
You just
Never
I
died.
feel like I can agree with you for uh Animal Jam since it felt like there was just less to do.
Yeah.
But with Club Penguin, I
Like
was
at least at Animal Jam, you didn't have to pay money to do nothing. In Club Penguin, you have to pay money to do anything.
That's not quite true. There's lots of things that you had to pay money for, but it was like you could do most of the content. It was just like you couldn't get like as snazzy of a penguin.
You couldn't get a puffle either.
You could get a puffle. You just couldn't get some types of puffles. You could get red puffles.
That sucks. I think you should be able to get all puffles.
I agree with you, and that's why Club Penguin Rewritten was very good. But
Now it
I
is
don't think
gone
that
because Disney sucks.
yeah, I don't think that Club Penguin you had to pay to do anything though. I think it's right to say you had to pay to do most things maybe, and or like there's so like enough things that they shouldn't have had you have to pay for it, but it wasn't like a crazy amount of things.
Now I'll tell you a Flash game that I played a lot.
Yeah.
If I can remember it. I had it, but then you talked about Club Penguin and
Uh huh.
I lost it.
Shaz.
I really can't remember now.
That sucks.
Damn.
It's
I'll
messed up.
think on it while you talk about something else.
While I talk about something else.
Yeah, what's some of the
I'm trying
Flash
to
games
think
you
of
played a lot of?
the other. Well, have you played any Neopets?
Nah,
I'm
I
a.
wasn't really
I
into
love
that either.
Neopets.
I was more into the single player experience.
Well, Neopets was all single player basically.
Right, but also the ones that you don't have to pay for.
Neopets you did not have to pay for mostly. I can't think of something you'd have to pay for in Neopets.
You definitely could, though, probably.
I think you could pay for like cosmetic-y things, but you could play like all of the games.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't play it. I didn't do Webkins either.
You didn't play Webkins, that was what I was gonna ask next.
Yeah.
With a membership, you can get no ads, you get bonus Neo points monthly.
There's one. The only social game I actually played the shit out of is Pop Tropica. You remember that shit?
Pop Tropica Classic. I played
That was
plenty
what
of
we
Pop
did in the
Tropica.
computer lab. That is what we did.
That's a good one. Pop Tropica had some great islands.
It actually had a quest you could do if you were not 2 years old and didn't know what you were doing.
You can't forget about Big Nate Island. You can't
Big
forget
Nate
about
Island, yeah.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid Island.
Yeah.
You can't forget about the one where there's a rabbit island. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly which one you're talking about. It's got a pocket watch on it and everything. I think it was
Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
That game went so hard.
You're right. That game was really good.
There was stuff to do. There was plenty of stuff to do. If they have it on still, I might look into it and actually.
I think
try
it's
to beat
still
the
on.
island. Do you want to play it together? Try to beat the islands together?
I think mostly you can't do this stuff together, but sure.
Like
You
you
know
can
what I
do it
love
at
to
the
do?
same time in the
That's
same
true.
world.
Have you the 24 karat island? There was like that game where you have to connect the lines together. You know what I'm talking about to make the squares.
Oh, dots and boxes.
I feel like that could be what it's called, but I don't know what it's called.
It's where you just
Yes,
make
that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that game. I'm a master of that
Yeah, you wanna? Let's. I'm booting up Pop Tropica. Maybe after the podcast.
We'll do it later, yeah. After the podcast, maybe later this week. We'll have a showdown. I'm gonna pull something up. The classic Pop Tropica Islands.
Yeah, I got a list. I got the Pop Tropica wiki open.
I have it as well.
You have what was there was Superpower Island. I remember that one, classic. I didn't finish most of these. I think
I don't think I ever finished any of them.
none of them.
When I
There
played
was-
it, I was usually during school, so I didn't have time to get too into it, and I didn't have an account for the longest time.
I see. I still know my password to my account. I just figured it out.
I don't know my account. I'll try.
Maybe it's better if we were to do this. I think it might be better to do it on a new account
Yeah, probably.
because I've completed some of the best islands. I think maybe you can redo islands. I don't remember.
I don't know. I mean, mine's from before I transitioned anyway, so I need to make a new
Yeah,
character.
yeah.
God, that is, yeah, that's a blast. Other
That's
than
the
that,
one that
like,
you were playing.
yeah, kind of, yeah. That's not the one I was thinking of, but it came to mind.
I There's some other ones. You must have played a little bit of Happy Wheels.
Oh, I was gonna bring it up earlier, but I got sidetracked. Yeah, that's you got it.
Happy Wheels, we could even probably do a full episode on.
Probably, but
There
like,
were I must be able to log into my account and find all of my favorited levels because there's some levels in
I
that
never made
game
an
that
account on that.
you never made an account. How are you
Mm-mm.
going to keep track of your favorite levels?
I just didn't. I didn't replay levels very much.
I replayed some levels because it was just very good. My favorite character, I loved being the guy in a wheelchair.
I find it weird that they only ever made 2 games Total Jerk Face.
Yeah?
Yeah,
What other
they
game did they make?
Divine Intervention.
Divine Intervention.
He plays a priest who shoots the shit out of fucking demons.
I don't remember this game at all. Is this supposed to help me?
No, that was the Happy Wheels theme.
Oh, I see. Divine Intervention. You sure are a priest shooting people. Huh. I'd never seen anything about this.
That fucking Happy Wheels theme is ridiculously nostalgic.
Yeah. It's a good theme.
It's still live though. You can still play it.
It's good.
I
I
guess they must have ported
How
it
did
to
they ever make
HBO.
money? Was it just ads?
I think so.
Must have just been ads.
It is JavaScript.
I don't see any ads on the page though.
Do you have an ad blocker on?
Ew, good point, good point.
I know I do.
Oh my god, it's
I
so
can
loud.
hear it on yours.
Pause on the site.
Oh God, Fred Durst. I'm playing it right now. I should not be, but I am.
Yeah. How messed up of you. Okay, wait, I refreshed with no ad blocker and there's still...
Huh.
It's weird.
God, this game. It's a real blast from the past.
Yup. Just an absolute classic. I don't remember the controls. I remember the controls.
We should be doing the podcast, not playing Happy Wheels.
Sometimes you need to realize that the podcast is less important than Happy Wheels.
Maybe.
To all the viewers out there, instead of listening to the podcast, just go play Happy Wheels. That's your homework for the rest of the podcast.
Puzzle Escape.
Puzzle Escape? That was an interesting thing to say with no context.
It's a level on Happy Wheels.
I see. I forgot the buttons.
What buttons do you need? They're on the main
The
menu.
one to eject the child.
Z. Oh no, not Z. Control.
Yeah,
probably.
I pressed Z and the problem was that then I got obliterated.
I find it weird that you're the Canadian, but you don't say Z, and I'm the American, but I do.
Yeah, well, the thing is that Z is just not a good choice.
It's a better way.
No, it isn't. In what way? Tell me how it's better.
Just it is because Z sounds like C, sounds like B, sounds like E, sounds like G. Sounds
That's
like
just
P,
not true.
sounds
It's
like
Z.
T.
It's obviously Z. It sounds like clearly different.
Your mom sounds different.
Wow, you really got me there.
Yeah, of course I did. You know how I know your mom sounds different? 'Cause she does.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
But no, Z is just it doesn't rhyme in the song. It's worse in every conceivable
Who's
way.
doing this song in 2022? Huh?
Sometimes when I don't remember which one it is, it's a useful aid to go through the song again.
Right, but you break out the song. You break out the Johann Sebastian Bach. You sing the song.
Yeah, what? I don't understand what you're saying. Is this reverse psychology?
Why would it be reversed by psychology?
I don't know.
Like
You're
I
saying it
say
weirdly.
them, but I don't sing the song. It's just
You don't keep the rhythm in mind. It's useful because I just do it in my head, and it's easy to have the thing in mind. Like the way that it has the letters in groups makes it more easy to to remember.
yeah, whatever. You know what? I'm
What?
done with Happy Wheels for now. I can't Happy
I'm
Wheels anymore.
Happy Wheels is over. I hate Happy Wheels now.
Happy Wheels is over already. You know what was a pretty cool Flash game?
What?
Portal.
Portal?
The Flash version of Portal.
I don't think I've played the Flash version of Portal.
You should pull it up on Flashpoint at some point. Pretty damn
I've
good.
You know what Flash game I played a lot of that was later turned into a full release?
My friend Pedro?
Super Hot.
Ah, that wasn't a Flash game. It was a Unity game.
Was it? You
Yeah.
definitely played it in a browser.
Yeah, but you had to have Unity installed for it.
I don't know that that's true.
It is because I had to download Unity on my laptop for it.
You could be right about this. But
I am right about
regardless,
It was a
It-
3D game. You couldn't do a 3D game in Flash. Not like that, anyway.
I think you absolutely could. You can do a 3D game in Scratch, for God's sake.
Not like that. You could probably make Doom, but you couldn't make Super Hot from scratch.
You're probably right, but I think that more importantly is that if you tried to make Super Hot and Scratch, the
You wouldn't be able to handle it.
yeah, the game it just wouldn't be able to do it. I played that thing over and over again though. I was actually disappointed with the full release compared to uh the oh my god, the demo. And it's not like the full release was bad. It's just that the demo I loved so much that it just wasn't fair.
You know what was a really good version of a Flash game that was turned into a full release, though?
What?
My friend Pedro.
Yeah.
You ever played it? The
I have
either
not.
version?
I think I might have played the Flash version, but I've definitely not played the full version.
Yeah, the final boss of the Flash version is just the developer's face.
That's
Pretty
good.
cool. I think I definitely liked the full version more than the Flash version because, you know, it looks better, it plays better. You got the fucking dual wielding, splitting your hands and firing at three places at the same time. You got fucking frying pans that you can kick up into the sky and then ricochet bullets off of them. It's pretty cool.
Right. That is pretty cool.
Yeah. You do sick ass trick shots where you'd be like, "Bull!" Launch the skateboard at their face.
There's like
and
a
then do
score
backflip.
system in that game, right?
Yeah, it's like a Tony Hawk.
It is just like Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk shoots people. The game. There's also skateboards in it, so
It's true.
it's basically just Tony Hawk with guns.
Tony Hawk. What if Tony Hawk had guns?
Then he would be Tony Falcon.
What?
You know, because falcons are like more dangerous than a hawk.
Oh, it's a little bit clever. It's a little bit clever compared to me not realizing your joke.
Just had a funny idea.
Mm-hmm.
A different bird who skateboards. Tony Owlba. Like Tony Alba, but an owl.
I could beat the shit out of Tony Alba.
Could you?
Yeah.
Is it Alba or Alva?
I
It's
don't know what
Alva
animal you're
with
talking
the
about.
VA. Tony
I
Alva.
could beat the shit out of an alpha.
Tony Alva. It's a skateboarder. And a bass player.
It's not a bird?
No.
Okay, never mind. I couldn't do it.
I made a joke with owl. Tony Alva. Owlva. A different skateboarding bird.
I see. I understand now.
Have you
His
seen the
name's
movie
also
Lords
Tony?
of Dogtown? Yeah. Have you seen the movie Lords of Dogtown?
No.
It's about him.
The only skateboarder I know is the one who did a big jump down like 20 steps.
Hmm.
You know, classic guy who did a big jump down 20 steps.
Skateboarder
It was more
who
like
jumps downstairs.
24 steps or something. It was a lot of steps.
Do you know their name?
No. Might have been in France.
You talking about Jaws?
No way is his name Jaws.
Aaron Hamoki?
He goes by Jaws.
Yeah, he also plays the jaw harp.
Why does everyone play an instrument when they're skateboarding?
Because skateboarding's cool, but it's like even cooler if you're also a musician.
Yeah?
I'm sending you a Reddit post, and I want you to tell me if this is the guy.
I would only know him by the jumping down like 24 stairs.
Well, here's stairs.
I'm ready to look at the stairs. Yes.
Yeah, it's Jaws.
Classic this guy. See, I can only have one skateboarder that I remember at a time.
Okay, so if I mention Tony Hawk, you're just gonna forget Aaron.
Who?
Ugh.
I think his
Wow.
dad is one of the people here.
Probably the guy in the red.
I think you're right about that.
The guy that was just like humbly jogging down the stairs.
He blew out his knee on these stairs. Like he failed this trick many times.
Who, Jaws? I thought you were talking about his dad blew out his knee on the
No,
stairs.
no, no,
Like
no.
just walking down after.
His dad's like an architect or something.
Huh. Then they waste a bunch of champagne at the end.
Waste?
Yeah, just spraying it everywhere, making everything all sticky and
I think
and
waste is
boozy.
interesting though, because it's not like a waste, right? Like they're celebrating.
Well, sure, but you could, ingest it like a normal human.
Ingest it like a normal human. This is like a normal human to spray it on someone.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to get sprayed in sticky grape juice. And also smell like fucking alcoholic grape juice for the rest of the day.
You're probably gonna. I see what you mean. Those people who get covered in champagne are probably like showering pretty like. I feel like you're right that they don't just like sit in the like being drenched.
Sure,
in
but
it.
you gotta get in your car and go home to shower. You don't want to get your car all covered in sticky fucking champagne.
I feel like you are assuming a lot of things that just might not be true. There just might have been better planning, and you just can't know.
You're telling me that planning goes into those things.
I feel like yes, when someone had the foresight to bring the bottle of champagne, clearly they thought about the situation in which champagne would be needed.
Like how?
Yeah?
They weren't thinking, oh, actually, we have fabric seats in our car. This is going to be a pain in the ass to wipe off.
How do you know that?
Because did you just fucking
Just cuz?
just cause?
Yeah, just cuz.
Yeah.
Just cuz.
Yeah.
I think that you're making a lot of assumptions. I think that there's absolutely the possibility that they thought this through a little bit more than that. Maybe they brought towels or something.
Towels aren't gonna do shit against.
I
the
can't
sticky.
believe that the thing you're talking about mostly is the champagne. The fact that they got champagne.
Yeah, and what am I supposed to be talking about?
Look at the jump again. Look at the jump and say, wow, that guy really did just do a big jump.
He's known for this shit. That's
He
not
failed it a
surprising
lot
for
of times.
him.
It's a hard jump.
Yeah, it would be, but he does shit like this all the time.
He doesn't do shit like this all the time. It took him months after healing to do it again.
Sure, but he does shit like this. This is what he does. He does this
It's
and
a
plays
big
the jaw
jump.
harp.
It's a huge jump.
Yeah, sure. But like, that's what skateboarders do. They do ridiculous shit. I'm not as surprised when they do that. Maybe it's just because I don't place as much value in jumps, but like, if now show me a sick freestyle combo on flat ground. That'll be impressive, but I'd still probably be complaining about the champagne anyway.
You'd be complaining about the
You
champagne.
you know me. You know me. You know that's how I work.
Complaining about the champagne.
Anyway, folks, I think it's about time we called it here.
To all you listeners, send us an email now. Send it
now.
immediately. Send it to our email, which is ballpod.show@gmail.com. Send us maybe some orb. Maybe you got new spherical ice creators. Show us a spherical ice, please.
Maybe you just bought a fushigi. Maybe you're a contact juggler now.
Perhaps you are.
Show us your
Show us.
fushigi.
Show us your fushigi. Show us where you dropped and cracked your fushigi if you dropped and cracked it.
Yep.
See you in the next episode, folks.
Yeah, very unceremonious. I love it.
Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.